Hey you guys, this is Jeff, Bookhouse Boy. It's been rainy here in Los Angeles. I know that we Angelinos are notorious babies when it comes to weather because the rest of the country has to deal with all kinds of stuff that we don't. That said, it's been cold here, cold. It's been in the 50s and 60s and a lot of rain, a lot of flooding. So not bad compared to the rest of the country, but still not what we usually get here in LA, but awesome book reading and book buying weather. So to that end, another unboxing. It's not really an unboxing, it's kind of an unbagging. Same diff. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, tomato, tomato. So let's get to it though. Okay. Here's number one. This comes from Better World Books. It's a nice idea. Let's see. The packaging, you know, might leave a little bit to be desired. It's a little flimsy, but I have no idea what's in here. Hopefully, whatever it is hasn't been really damaged or anything. It's 3 books. I bought 3 books from Better World Books. So that tells me that this is probably one of those, you know, if you buy 3 or if you buy 4, you get an additional 10 or 15% off. And like I say, I'm a cheap bastard, so I probably found some that looked really cool, and hence the mediocre packaging. But that's okay, because I probably paid very, very little for these guys. So, awesome. First of the 3, Dashiell Hammett, The Thin Man. I've never read The Thin Man. I've never read anything by Dashiell Hammett, but I can tell you that I love all of the movies with William Powell and Myrna Loy so much. So was super excited about getting this and reading it. So that's good. I may have stupidly bought another copy, and if I did, I'm thinking I may do a giveaway. My first giveaway to celebrate nothing. But you know, there's a couple of books that I've been able to kind of upgrade on, and so even though I just unwrapped Thin Man, this may be one of them. And if it is, I'm thinking I'm going to do a little contest of some kind. We'll come back to that. Second book in the stack is Gentlemen and Players by Joanne Harris. So I've read a few books by Joanne Harris, who's famous for, right, she's famous for Chocolat, Blackberry Wine. I've got a few. They're over on another shelf. I'll show you guys what that looks like over there. Not a lot, but I think I've got a couple. I think that's all I have. I mean, oh, and then 5 Quarters of the Orange, which is another really good book. I like it. This one is supposed to take place in a kind of a St. Oswald's Grammar School for Boys. I'm not sure if it's in England somewhere, presumably St. Oswald, but looked like it was really a lot of fun and really cool. That whole vibe of, you know, kind of a private school and things start going askew. So this should be really good. This third book I'm super excited about. It's nonfiction, The Philosophical Hitchcock by Robert B. Pippin. Vertigo and the Anxieties of Unknowingness. So this is really interesting. This is the kind of thing that I did a lot of when I was in film school. A lot of classical film theory and aesthetics. So this whole book is basically kind of like a psychological, psychoanalytical breakdown of the movie Vertigo, which is kind of like my favorite. It's a tough call. Quite possibly my favorite movie of all time. You guys know I'm a big Hitchcock fan, and I love all of his stuff. Vertigo is probably at the top of the list. So, yeah, this is, I don't know, I don't want to bore you guys to tears, because if you're not used to this kind of thing, I think it can seem really dry and really esoteric, but I'll just read you like a tiny bit, just to see if this makes any sense. On the surface, The Philosophical Hitchcock is a close reading of Alfred Hitchcock's 1958 masterpiece Vertigo. This, however, is a book by Robert B. Pippin, one of our most penetrating and creative philosophers, and so it is also much more. Even as he provides detailed readings of each scene in the film and its story of obsession and fantasy, Pippin reflects more broadly on the modern world depicted in Hitchcock's films. His characters repeatedly face problems and dangers rooted in our general failure to understand others or even ourselves. There you go, super cool. Okay, next book. No idea where this is from. Let's see what we got. So this I had heard a lot, this book I had heard a lot of amazing things about, as opposed to a lot of the older stuff that I'm buying. This is a little more modern. The Last Equation of Isaac Severy by Nova Jacobs, a novel in clues. I had read a few reviews of this on BookTube, and it seemed like it was really cool. A dazzling and imaginative literary mystery about a mathematician who leaves his last equation to his adopted granddaughter. The problem is she doesn't know where it's hidden. So, you know, I've talked before about my interest in like the art world, right? The food history, obviously film. I have this other bizarre interest, which is mathematics, which just sounds like one of the most horrible interests in the world. But a lot of really cool books involve mathematics, and a lot of really super cool movies involve mathematics too. So anyways, I had heard this was really cool, and thought I'd give it a shot. So yeah, The Last Equation of Isaac Severy. And it's a really cool cover too. So awesome. Okay, we've got 4 more. I'm trying to go quick. I don't want to take up your whole day. Friends of the Johnson County Library. Thank you for your order. So, ex-library book, all good. You know, again, sometimes a first edition or a brand new edition that's artwork and by one of our amazing current publishing houses, awesome. Other times, ex-library book, you got it. So, I know I keep saying this, which is horrible. So freaking excited about this book. Mr. Gaunt. Mr. Gaunt and Other Uneasy Encounters by John Langan. And like I said, with John from the Johnson County Library. That's okay, because it's bro-darted, and I can take this sticker off if I feel like it. But, man, John Langan, I had never even heard of. And so I picked this book up a year ago or so. The Fisherman, freaking awesome novel. And it was, like I said, this was my first exposure to John Langan, and really wanted to get into finding other works by him. This is one of those books that's kind of a novel within a novel, so modern day, that for not just like a chapter, but for kind of maybe the center 70% of the book goes way back in time to, yeah, Der Fischer, A Tale of Terror. Awesome freaking book. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. But that said, I had researched John Langan and discovered this book of what I think is, you know, short stories. Yeah, an introduction and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 stories, or 5 stories in story notes, but really hard to find for whatever reason. So super excited about that. Here we got a small one from Liberty Express. I have no idea what this is, but we're gonna find out. Hold on to your hats. This one is all right. Well, you know, along the theme of Hitchcock, Daphne du Maurier, The Birds and Other Stories. So same deal. I read Rebecca a long time ago, but I had never read the short story The Birds, which obviously was the inspiration for the Hitchcock film. And so this has got The Birds as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other stories, which is, or 5 other stories, 6 total, which seems awesome. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think. This is definitely going to go on my TBR pile. I've heard these stories are amazing. And again, I've never read The Birds, which was the inspiration for the Hitchcock classic. So super excited. Can't wait. We're nearing the end, my friends. So can't tell what this is yet. So I know, again, it seems like I've gone overboard and I'm dealing with the issue in terms of the number of books that I bought recently. I didn't buy all these this week, don't worry about it. But yeah, so I'm making up for a little bit of lost time, which is okay. So this one I know very little about, but Wes Craven, a fantastic writer and director who sadly has passed away. Yeah, director of Scream and A Nightmare on Elm Street. Super talented guy, by all accounts, very sweet guy. This was his novel, Fountain Society, and kind of a really cool cover. I don't know if you can see what's going on with that, but there was Wes on the back.